the areas. The Hollow Knight areas tier list. Oh, baby. This is going to be really, really good. I am very, very excited for this one. I think everyone's got crazy different opinions. This is this can get a little dicey. Everyone has a different opinion on this. I'm excited to see what we think. I'm excited to see how we differ. I'm sure that certain people just love areas. They just absolutely love certain areas. And to those people, like, okay, all right. But there are some areas that are complete garbage. And we're going to figure out what those areas are today, and what to avoid, what to go into, what's fun to explore, what's not. We're starting off with the ancient basin. Literally the bottom of the garbage bin of Hollow Knight. It's like Hallowness, like bottom level. This place, super dark. There's not much going on here. It has it's got a cool factor. It's fun to be in because it's like so dark and gloomy, and it feels like you're in the bottom of a trash can. That's what this feels like. Because you kind of are. The way to get from the bottom to the top is just completely trash. It is just the worst. It's probably C tier. I don't think it's the worst one here. I don't think it's the worst one in the whole place. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. If you think that it belongs in C, or if you think it should be higher or lower. Because right now, the only thing keeping it up from D for me is the fact that it's like kind of cool because it's all dark and gloomy. Next up, we have City of Tears. City of Tears is an interesting one. There's a lot going on here. It's pretty recognizable. It's massive. However, the enemies, most of the enemies, they're either really good or really bad. There's some flying ones. Maybe B tier. This feels like a very middle of the road. It's like middle of the map, and it's also very middle of the road for me. Like, I like it enough that I will go through. Like, I'll go through the City of Tears area, but it doesn't really stick. I'm not like, yay, we're in the City of Tears. You know what I mean? It's just kind of me. I don't know. It's just there. Crystal Peak, D tier, 100%. Crystal Peak is actually the worst place in the whole game. I don't really want to talk about it that much because it actually hurts to talk about it. But Crystal Peak is by far the worst place in the whole game. I made a video with our playthrough called I Quit. It was called I Quit, and it was because of Crystal Peak. Crystal Peak has its own spot. I might make an F tier. I might skip E and just go right to F tier. That might be what happens. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. But that's terrible. Deepness also... Oh, Deepness is also D tier. It's better than Crystal Peak, but it's garbage. Actually terrible. The problem with Deepness is that there's that noise. The things, they tunnel through the rocks, and the noise that is always in your ear in Deepness is just intense. It's like nauseating at times. It's super loud. And for that reason, I have to put it in D tier. I might be able to get it by with C tier, low C tier, if I didn't absolutely just mega loathe the freaking noise. But the noise that it makes is just the worst. It's horrible. Like I said, I just can't do. These two are just. They're trash. Okay, Dirtmouth. Dirtmouth is. Here's the thing. Dirtmouth is it's a well-constructed town. It's a well-constructed town, and it works. It's functional. It works for what you need to do with it. There's not a ton to do there. There's a couple of vendors, but as far as Hollow Knight goes, it is a safe haven for us, and yeah, I'll put it in S tier. I think it goes in S tier. As far as other main towns go, I don't know. I don't know. It's not the greatest main town of video games, of course, but like for Hollow Knight, yeah, it's quite good. It's quite good. Next up, Fog Canyon. Here's the thing. I actually think Fog Canyon is A tier if you don't touch anything. If you do not battle a single creature in Fog Canyon, it's A tier. The scenery is fantastic. It looks absolutely great. But again, the enemies are horrible. You touch one of them and they launch a projectile back at you and then they end you, and it's terrible. And I can't deal with that. I can't deal with that. Because of that, probably low B tier. There's not a ton of other stuff working. Also, I like how the end of tier kind of looks like the F in Fog Canyon. That means that this is the perfect place for it to go. Look at that. It kind of looks like it fits, doesn't it? I don't know. I'm thinking low B tier. It's not the worst, though. It's not terrible. It's just those one mobs. If you don't touch them, it's great. Forgotten Crossroads, A tier. Forgotten Crossroads is awesome. It's the first place you go into. It's pretty easy to traverse. None of the enemies are too hard. It's just kind of nice. You do feel, when you're in Forgotten Crossroads, you do feel like that you are just under the surface. Like, that's what they did really, really well. There's like a lot of light shining from the top. Everything that's in there is kind of fitting the theme of, like, you know what I mean? It kind of fits the theme of the area. It's like, okay, this stuff was on the surface, but now it's just like right underneath. It's a good place to go. I like it. It's nice to traverse. Nothing really sticks out. Fungal Wastes. I don't know. Fungal Waste is pretty garbage, but it's not like that garbage. It's not fun. Maybe it's like low B tier. Kind of looks like 𝗔𝗡rog Canyon. 𝗔𝗡rog Canyon. I love that. City of Tears is awesome. City of Tears is awesome. I might move this up, but it's low A. It's low A. The only problem I have with it is that the mobs are really annoying. There's the one big one. Like, there's the one big one that, like, they take a long time to kill, and they're always blocking you, and then they have a huge range, and they're just, like, when you come in, they're hard to skip. It's just, it's a nuisance. But yeah, I guess City of Tears probably is A tier. I don't think it's as good as, although maybe it is. Now I'm gonna keep it here for now. But now what do I do with Fog Canyon? Now it doesn't say, like, Tea of Frogs or anything. The words don't match. Oh, well. We'll keep that like this. I think that works fine so far. Green Path. The enemies are pretty nasty in Green Path, but the greenery is so good. It's so good. It's like the most wonderful place to be. There's just plants everywhere, and it's lovely. Yeah, there's enemies everywhere, but like, I don't have a lot of bad memories from Green Path. Do you? I mean, it's S tier. Green Path is S tier, 100%. And do I put it above Dirtmouth? I don't know. I don't think so because it's the main town, but I might. Oh, I might. No, I don't think I can do that. I don't think I can do that, but this is good. Green Path is excellent. We love Green Path. Howling Cliffs. I don't know. It's low C tier. There's really not a whole lot here. Howling Cliffs is not that special. It's just, we're on top of the cliff. Yeah, that's cool. But like, there's not a whole lot up there. It's just kind of basic. I don't know. It's an area that there's not really much to do. The enemies are kind of annoying. Green Path does have great music. That's also true. Kingdom's Edge. Now, this is where I need help. Kingdom's Edge is, I want to say it's B tier. There's like bodies falling from the ceiling. It's got great music, but it has the primal aspids everywhere. And I freaking hate those things. They are terrible. They're the worst. And I really don't like them at all. So I don't think it's as good as Fog Canyon. It might be better than Fungal Wastes. I might put it here. Gorb is in the Howling Cliffs, but the primal aspids run it though. Yeah, it's really bad. And like, the more we talk about it, I think it's just going to be down here. The primal aspids are horrible. They're a terrible mob, and they run the whole show. Queen's Gardens is really nice. It's a really nice biome to be in. It looks beautiful. It looks great. But the mobs, the spikes everywhere. It's down here. It would be D tier if it wasn't for just the nice scenery. But every single other thing about Queen's Gardens, not a single other thing about it besides the fact that it's like beautiful. Not a single other thing looks good there. I mean, everything else is complete trash. Nothing else. It's just horrible. Resting Grounds. Resting Grounds is not that special, I feel like. I mean, there's not a ton there. It's kind of got a Howling Cliffs type situation where like, it's not bad, but it's maybe better than the Howling Cliffs, but like, it's not special in any way, right? And I don't particularly enjoy the feel of it either. It's kind of meh. I don't know. Royal Waterway. What do we feel about Royal Waterway? Do we do D tier? Do we make a new tier? I mean, how do we feel? Is it D? Is it down here? Does it belong here? It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. It's pretty bad. It's not fun to be there. Like, every moment that you're there, you just hear those disgusting noises all over the place, and they're just not good. They're just not good. This is bad. It's bad. The Hive, S tier. The Hive is amazing. I actually think the Hive might be better than Green Path. The enemies are adorable. There's bees, and when you get that charm, they no longer hurt you. They become your bee friends, and it's amazing. The Hive actually is my favorite. It's top of the S. I believe the Hive goes there. It's really nice to be in there, right? It's really nice. I firmly enjoy it. I think it's wonderful. It's really good. Yeah, Hive is definitely S tier. So this is pretty much where I'm at with our tier list. You might disagree, and if you do, by all means, please let me know in the comments, because I would love to know. God Home is the area we missed. Oh yeah, God Home I did miss. God Home would be, yeah, God Home. God Home, I don't have a little thing for it, but God Home would probably also be S tier. I like God Home. Maybe high A. Maybe high A. White Palace can stop being in the game entirely for all I care. White Palace can... Actually, White Palace is really cool looking, but White Palace is full of blades and spinny things, and I don't like it. For the map of Hollow Knight, I think that this is a pretty decent tier list. But let me know what you think down below.